right, join me in this Shabbat nigun, a joyful melody. It goes like this. And now turn to page 343, the words Ozi v'zimrat ya vayhili lishua. It's a joyful song.
Very bottom of the page.
You might feel like moving with this one a little bit. Ozi v'zimrat ya vayhili lishua. 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 Ozi v'zimrat ya vayhili lishua.
We sing this song when we are in need of strength, or maybe when we're feeling strong. God is my strength and my might. God will be my salvation, my sustenance, my uplift, my return. Shabbat Shalom. Good to be
Shabbat
here with
Shalom.
all of you. It is an auspicious Friday evening. Not only are we on the precipice of June, the sun is shining, the days are getting longer, it is warm outside, it is cool in here. We have a bat mitzvah to celebrate this weekend. We are welcoming our new interim senior rabbi, Rabbi Art Nemetov, who is here in our kahal this evening, so I want to point him out. Want to welcome our Hausner fourth grade families. Hello to my Hausner families and the second graders as well. Thank you. The Hausner second and fourth grade families, so good to be here celebrating with all of you and your teachers. And welcome to Congregation Beth Am. I'm Rabbi Heath Wattenmaker. This is Cantor Jamie Spall. Rabbi John Prosnett is here somewhere, is up here in the front row as well. We're going to continue our service with a little bit of extra light. Even though it's bright outside, we're going to bring a little bit of extra light here into our celebration of Shabbat. Candlelighting for Shabbat is on page 2. And I'd like to call up the family of our bat mitzvah. So call up Marcel and Lisa Gani, Barbara and Arut and Luca, Jacques and Alex Gani, and of course our bat mitzvah, Gabby Gani.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So we'll ask Gabby's family to stay put. And Gabby, you're going to come right up here and lead us in Kiddush on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maseh Bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'veratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
It's juice. We'll continue our service on page 20. We'll sing the words of Lecha Dodi. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Rising when we get to verse 9 to face the entrance. Page 20.
Shabbat, segura.
we continue, I just want to point out that at the very back of the room, to my left, your right, you'll find some nice, quiet Shabbat activity bags. If you are, I would say, under 100, and you need something to fidget with during services, we've got some quiet Shabbat-friendly activities in the bags in the back corner over that way. We're going to continue our service, page 24. We'll welcome the angels of Shabbat. We are told, an extra soul on Shabbat, and these angels accompany with us to and from the synagogue. You can be seated. Page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei
Not only do we welcome Shabbat as we sing the words of Lachadodi, as we welcome the ministering angels, as we sing the words of Shalom Aleichem, but as we turn to the Baruch Hu in just a moment, we welcome each other as a community. So I'm going to invite you to stand up and take a little bit of a brave moment. Turn to somebody that you didn't come in here with tonight. Say Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourself, and maybe share one very quick thing that you're bringing into Shabbat with you, one sweet thing from the week that you're bringing into Shabbat with you today.
It's really beautiful. It's true. I heard.
Okay.
All right, come back.
We're going to come back together. Baruch Hu is on page 28. Please rise. this is a crowd that likes meeting new people. All right, I'll take it. We will continue on our song on the screens. This prayer in place of Ahavat Olam, we are loved by an unending love. You can follow along on the screens.
We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We are loved, loved by unending love and unending love. We are loved, loved, loved by unending love and unending love.
Continue with words of Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu
seated. It's my pleasure to have Asher and Theo Marks up here to lead us in Ve'ahavta, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום לבבך ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשיטתך ביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשומתך ומקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך וחיו לטפטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו לעשיתם את כל מצוותיי והם קדושים אליהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continue with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, page 40.
פדדנה את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On your song sheets, I think it's number 2 on side A. We'll sing our evening prayer, Hashkivenu. We ask God to protect us as we face uncertainty in our lives, darkness, nighttime, other moments of uncertainty. If perhaps the person that brings you shelter or brings you a source of strength or comfort is sitting next to you, maybe put your arm around that person. If somebody that you like to offer comfort to is sitting next to you, maybe put your arm around that person. If there's somebody perhaps that you're thinking of that's not here, just wrap your arms around them in a big hug as well. Hold them in your heart as we sing these words. On page 46, we'll begin the Amidah together, the central portion of our worship this evening. We begin with this opening meditation from Psalm 51, asking God for openness to the possibility of prayer, opening our hearts to be able to say the words that we need to say. So we'll rise together. On page 46, we'll sing that opening meditation together. Then we'll take some time for our own private prayer. The words on the page go through page 63. And once you finish your prayer, you can be seated. But as I said, we'll start together on page 46.
Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtah. page 56. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava Tamid avodat Yisrael. Yisrael amecha. El karov lechu kreat pnei elavadecha v'chonenu. Shivuch ruchacha aleinu. V'techezena einenu v'shuvecha Yisrael. Baruch המחזיר שכינתו
So for our Bethlehem regulars, you know that we have a long-standing tradition going all the way back to the days of our Interfaith Committee of periodically doing an Ask the Clergy evening as part of our Shabbat services. I see people's faces, those who know. I will also just clarify, it is Ask the Clergy, not Stump the Clergy. So this is an important caveat.
I don't know. I think they should try. No, I'm kidding. Go. Yeah.
So it's Stump the Cantor, Ask the Rabbis.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
I mean, we've got a former winner of the Bracha Bee in 4th grade. So she's hard to stump.
That's good.
But really as an opportunity to kind of ask questions about aspects of Jewish life or prayer or practice, worship or otherwise, really anything on your mind. I'm trying to think any other caveats. Keep in mind that when it comes to Israel, we're happy to talk about things related to Israel, but keep in mind none of us sit on the War Cabinet either in Israel or in the Defense Department in the United States, so probably can't speak to intricate details of plans, but certainly in terms of the tone of the Jewish community, happy to speak to that as well. So
could we have one of our board members come up and maybe take this out into the kahal to get some questions? Amy, maybe Amy can do that.
All right, so who wants to raise their hand and All right, Jeff Carmel.
What's the purpose of counting the Omer?
So there's lots of answers to that. Maybe Rabbi will give some others, but this is a countdown from, as we know, we're counting from Passover to Shavuot, and it says to do it in the Torah, so that's one thing. Oh, there's the first answer. Let's see. We're counting it. It's a counting of the harvest. It's like we're taking extra notice of the growth of what we've planted that's supposed to be harvested in about a week and a half. And lately, there's been even more attributed to it. I wouldn't say lately, but at least in my own.
It's a Jewish lately.
A Jewish lately.
A few hundred years.
There have been lots of people take it as a time for self-reflection and for like this idea of counting our days, right? That we should take spend extra care in bringing awareness to our lives. So taking count and bringing mindfulness to what we do. And then there's also, it's also sometimes known as a period of mourning because during this time period, Rabbi Akiva's students, thousands of them died of what they thought was a plague. And so it's a time of kind of quasi-mourning where some Jews won't shave or go to the movies or celebrate, get haircuts. Except on Lag BaOmer, which happened last week, because on that one day, none of Rabbi Akiva's students died on that day, on the 33rd. Oh, those are good.
That's good. Oh, good, okay. All right. Next question. There's also, I will just add, I mean, that was pretty comprehensive. There's also been a whole Kabbalistic overlay, the sort of Jewish mystical overlay of looking at the different weeks of the Omer as having a kind of a Kabbalistic theme related to the different sfirot, the different descriptions of the divine, and each day has a Kabbalistic theme. So, yeah.
Why do we have Yizkor services on Shavuot?
So Yizkor is connected to, why do we have Yizkor services on Shavuot? So Yizkor is our service of remembrance that we do. People most commonly people think of Yizkor as connected to Yom Kippur services, and there's a similar service of remembrance that also happens for each of the three pilgrimage festivals. So Passover, Sukkot, and Shavuot are sort of 3 periods, 3 points in the year when we're also called to have a Yizkor service to remember dear ones who have passed away either in the past year or who we're remembering, who we're obligated to mourn for throughout our lives.
Great.
Why did we get the Torah on a mountain?
Ooh. That's a great question. So the question is, why did we get the Torah on the mountain?
Why do you think?
Yeah.
You don't know? There's lots of talk about that. You know, did you hear the story about the mountains arguing with each other? There was this whole story in the Talmud that says that all the great mountains of the world gathered together because they heard that Torah. You know this story? They heard.
I know it.
Why a mountain anyway? All right, so that is even a better question. So that's so interesting. So anyway, the mountains get together, like you have Kilimanjaro and Everest arguing about who's the bigger and the best mountain. And in the end, Sinai gets it, right? Mount Sinai, correct, right? Because it's humble, right? So now your next question is a really smart one. But if it's so good to be humble, why on a mountain at all? Why is it on flat ground? Well, maybe it's not that great to be that humble all the time. And that maybe sometimes, especially if you have a special gift inside, maybe you should let it shine forth. And it would be a shame if you had a special gift and didn't do it because you were trying to be too humble. So there is something in the fact that it was on a mountain because it's the honor of the Torah that was given. Such a smart question.
Good question. All right, this is a good group.
I love that. I've never thought about that specifically.
These Hausner classes are primed with good questions.
Okay, Theo.
Why did God ask for a sacrifice?
So sacrifice is a way of honoring God, right? And so now what we do is we have the idea of prayer as our time to honor God. So sacrifice was bringing your best to God. So this is the way that we honor God, and we do that, or we did that historically, through the acts of the sacrifice. So.
All right. I see a hand back there. Adults, you can ask questions too, you know. If you have...
Yeah, yours aren't as good though, I'm sure. So I have some questions too.
Oh.
What's the...
Today I got my first siddur at school. So when did you get your first siddur?
Mazel tov.
Oh, that's special.
I know one of the teachers that was leading that siddur ceremony this morning.
Can you explain it, Rabbi Heath? I think some people don't know
So
exactly
at
what we're talking
Hausner,
about,
at the end of first grade, the first graders get their siddur. They spend the whole year learning the prayer service and learning the prayers in the prayer service. And at the end of the year, they celebrate by getting their own siddur that they make a very special cover for that represents something special to them, because the siddur is something that's so special to us. When did I get my first siddur? I don't know. I didn't go to a Jewish day school. I think I probably got my first siddur around my bar mitzvah. Was probably the first time I had a siddur. But both of my kids got their siddurim in first grade.
That's awesome. At Gideon Hausner Jewish Day School.
At Gideon Hausner
That's
Jewish Day
amazing.
School, yes.
Yeah, and I think I got our first siddur in advance of my bar mitzvah as well. The Gates of Prayer, the blue siddur of the Central Conference of American Rabbis that some of you, I'm sure, are very familiar with. So.
Kendra, when did you get your first?
I don't remember when I got it, but I know that it was in the house, and I marked it up for my bat mitzvah. That's what I remember. But then we had a lot of prayer books in our house.
I love that question. Thank you. I love that.
Well, that builds on my next question, which is about the siddur. I was curious why the numbers go. I know why the way we open it, but why are there two numbers next to each one?
So this is a great question, and this is not a very rabbinic or Judaic question. So the printing of the siddur has two different versions, and one is for Shabbat, and one is for Shabbat and festivals. And so sometimes you'll see a very thick version that has all the numbers, and they're only printed once. But this way, if you have that version at home and you're following along, you can correspond. So we'll use the black numbers here, but some of them will also use the blue numbers, and we should continue to explain that, because we don't want to just confuse people that are walking through the first time and the numbers switch. So so it's only because of printing, and so that's how that happens. So yeah.
Question.
All right, maybe two more. All right. Thank you, Amy. And then we'll ask questions of each other. So, what's the appropriate age to start boarding school? No, I'm just kidding.
Is this, can you hear me? Because I usually don't need a microphone. So this is a question about the Amidah that I don't know the answer. Why in the Reform Siddur does it say Mechaye Hakol, but Hametim is in parentheses, which is what I grew up with.
Great.
Mechaye Hametim.
Can you just give us the page so everybody can see it? Bonnie, what page are you on exactly?
I'm on page 50.
So if you look at page 50 and you look into Hebrew, if you grew up in a conservative or more traditional community, you would have said the words, and it's, you'll see about 6 lines down, there's, in the second line and then 6 line down, there's a word that's in parentheses. It begins with a mem, and it's also in the transliterated, beginning with the mem, the metim. So if you grew up in a conservative or a Orthodox household, chances are you grew up saying Mechaye Metim. Hands up if that was you. And if you grow up in a classical Reform synagogue, chances are, like Congregation Beth Am or Temple Emmanuel, San Francisco, chances are you said Michaye Hakol. Raise your hand. So that was actually done during the Cold War to confuse the Soviets. And that's the reason. So, no, that's not true. Sorry. This is a theological thing. So this is a theological reason. And so it has to do with, if you read the English, how does it translate in the English? You'll see you give life to all, reviving the dead. So the early reformers felt uncomfortable with the idea of reviving the dead as part of the theology. It just wasn't something, and still continues in the Reform movement. I'm not just saying the early reformers. It was not something that was part of the liturgy, because that is not something that the Reform movement traditionally thought of as something that prayer would bring about. So it was changed to giving life to all, and that's the words hakol there. So if you see hakol, that's sort of the more traditional Reform one. And then when this Siddur came back, when they printed this Siddur, probably about 2006 or so, they reinserted this, and they had these major debates about whether they should have hakol or metim within there, and they came with this compromise to include both of them as part of the liturgy within the prayer book. Rabbi Elise Frischman is a rabbi she was a rabbi retired now in New Jersey, was the main author of the prayer book, and she talks a lot about this, about why this change happened. So the parentheses is actually a beautiful compromise. And so we chanted as Hakol here at Beth Am, and in most mainstream Reform synagogues, but if you're in other places, you have Metim, and now you have both opportunities in front of you. So thank you, great question. All right, final question.
Or we've exhausted? Oh, no. All right. Uh-oh. Rabbi Nematov.
I was right.
I just want to point out, I said it's not stump the rabbis.
I'm curious, what is your favorite verse in the Bible?
Oh, well, that's good. Cantors and mine are from the same psalm at different parts, right?
All right, well, yeah. Okay, so you want to do yours first? It comes first.
Yeah, my verse is, there's a line in that says, the
Evan Masu Habonim.
Yeah, I was going to say, Evan Masu Habonim, Haita Berosh Pina, which translates to the stone the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. And I love the image of that. And so the idea of the one that was not given a chance, the one that was rejected, the one that was thrown away has become really the anchor. And how do we think about that as a community? And how do we think that? And it's also, when Cantor Jamie sings it, it's really beautiful in Hallel. So if you come on Shavuot Yizkor, that will be one of the parts of the Hallel that we sing. So.
Oh, then I'll do mine. So mine comes right after, and it says, Zeh hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismacha bo, which means this is the day that God has made. We should rejoice and be happy in it.
And I think mine changes from day to day.
Mine changes all the
time. But at the moment,
so.
The one that comes to mind is Va'asuli mikdash v'shochanti b'tocham. That in the context of building the tabernacle, God says to Moses and Aaron, Va'asuli mikdash, and you will build for me a tabernacle, a mishkan, and I will dwell among them. And I love, in part, it's a great verse because there's so much debate around the meaning of what does it mean in them. Like there's one tabernacle, so why is it betocham instead of betocho, instead of in it? And so much of the Midrash talks about the idea that that God will dwell among all of the Israelites, and that's certainly something that's been really central to my rabbinate, is this idea that God dwells inside of all of us in a community when we come together.
Thanks, everybody. It's great to ask questions.
All
so
right.
Continue to ask more and more questions. And Jeff, you kicked us off so wonderful with the conversation about the Omer that we'll invite everyone to turn to page 278, where we will sing our blessing for the counting of the Omer.
All right. Starts off with Hineni Muchanu Mazuman, like one of these, wait, here I am, ready to do this mitzvah of counting the Omer. So the Shem Yichud, we're going to sing together. Let's see, in C major, right?
Bottom, today is the 39th day, which is 5 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. Yes. We turn to page 253. We know that there are many people here today be praying for those in need of healing, renewal of body, mind, or spirit. The words of Misha Berach Lecholim, our prayer for healing, are on the middle of that page. The Beth Am community is especially praying for Jenny Anderson, Diane Denenberg, Mark Cohn, Ron Cote, Abigail Covert, Toby Elman, Marty Gelman, Selena Glader, Moritz Huppert, Jeff Castle, Mark Lawrence, Aaron Levinson, Norman Martello, Sophia Palisban, Harvey Rabin, Bobby Rosenkrantz, David Baruch Ben Simona, and Larry Wortman. If you're offering prayers of healing for anyone, please share their name out loud at this time. I invite you to rise again. We offer our prayer for the state of Israel and her people. Avinu Shebashamayim, Sor Yisrael Bego'alo. Eternal God, receive our prayers for the peace and security of the state of Israel and its people. Spread blessing upon the land and upon all who labor in its interest. Protect Israelis as they defend themselves against missiles and hate. Protect the innocent among the Palestinian people, that they may be safe and free from death and injury. Inspire Israel's leaders to both defend our people and follow the ways of righteousness and compassion. Remove from the hearts of our people fear, hatred, malice, strife, and vengeance. May the Jewish people scattered throughout the earth stand strong in solidarity with the state of Israel in times of war and peace, and may they be infused with the ancient hope of Zion. May our people be encouraged by the symbol of Jerusalem as the eternal city of peace. May the state of Israel be a blessing to all of its inhabitants and to the Jewish people everywhere. May she be an or legoyim, a light to the nations of the world. And we say together, Amen.
Amen.
The words of Aleinu are on the middle of 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. One day, Ezra, come on up. One day, Max too. One day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play. Someday, one day, one day. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One day, one day, one day. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, get me down. So when they get to the teeth around, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more war, and your children will play one day. Oh, yo, 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 one day, one day, one day.
Thanks, guys. This pause.
That was good.
Max got his tonsils out last week and is back to his normal self, so no more adenoids, no more tonsils, but still happy little dude, so that's a good sign. So, have a seat. If you're joining us for the first time, it's wonderful to have you. If you're here with us each Shabbat, you know that monthly we collect tzedakah for a really important organization, either in the land of Israel or locally. We rotate from month to month. This month we're collecting, or the end of May, so this will be the last Shabbat, but we're collecting for an important Mountain View-based organization called the United Effort, with a mission to help unhoused people move towards self-sufficiency and find a safe home within our community. We know that the homelessness is sometimes behind the scenes in Santa Clara County, but it does exist. And the clients of the United Effort are resilient and hardworking, trying to overcome so many challenges to get back on their feet. So we encourage you to be as generous as possible and donate to tzedakah. The tzedakah box is right where you picked up our prayer book. That's a plug to help our facilities team by bringing your prayer book back. If you're streaming, you can donate on the Beth Am webpage, or you can always Venmo, but just Beth-Am and just mark Tzedakah. So we ask you to be very giving in this season and in this period. We turn to the prayer of memory. Kaddish is on page 294. If I read the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise in his or her or their honor, and then we'll rise as one community and say the words of Mourner's Kaddish together. Lost to the Beth Am community this week in this period of Shiva was John Devine, the son-in-law of Lee Levitt and Deanna Yamamoto, and Helen Steinberg, the mother of Ruth Steinberg and David Strela, the grandmother of Rebecca, Benjamin, and Joseph. In this period of Shloshim, the 30 days since passing, we remember with love Frida Haidt, Shimon Camille, Shimon ben Yisrael Vivina, Lenore August Page, Franklin Elovich, Danielle Martin Nissim, and Marshall Lehman. In this period of Yartzeit, the anniversary since death, we remember with love Helen Anderson, Gladys Angel, Robert Oster Appleton, Irving Isidore August, Theodore Bauer, Samuel Berger, Mary Blitz, Lois Blitza Bernstein, Edward A. Bobrov, Leonard Bassett, Jean Cantor, Dr. Harold Bud Coleman, Shirley Davidson, Janice DePoo, Maria DiFilippo, Jerry Dorland, Leon Dorison, Pepe Alona, Eva Firestone Lipton, Howard Friedman, Robert Gallen, Frank Gerlich, Hannah Gellim, Benjamin Gershwind, Barbara Goldman, Miriam Gordon, Marta Joles Green, Helen Greenwich, Diane Hallert, Martha Kennedy, Bill Kennedy, Rose Klenzak, Luis O. Lawrence, Bernice Leader, Eugenia Leonov, Eleanor Levine, Gladys Levinson, Edward Lipton, Albert Lundy, Edith Maitso, Raphael Mendikov, Leah Meller, Ruth Alta Menkoff, Melvin Messerow, Michael Morrison, Ruth Namab, Liba Nyes, Mark Pianin, Shirley Platson, Ida Raphael, Arden Rappaport, Joan Ratner, Irving Rich, Minnie Robbins, Angelo Rolondo, Max Rosenblum, Yakov Rosenwasser, Roberta Schwarzbacher, Helen Shapiro, Philip Shevik, Boris Schwartz, Thelma Sims, Arlene Sobel, Sarah Steinberg, Edgar Stone, Ann Tico, Yefim Vachnaskia, Sally Witchman, and Pearl Yorn. If you're thinking of someone else on this Shabbat whose name I didn't call, I invite you to stand and share their name out loud. Potentially it's someone who's passed away in the past year, or just somebody who's on your mind on this Shabbat. We rise as one community. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach kirutei be'amlich malchutei, be'chaye echon uvyom echon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uvizman kariv b'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei kusha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata b'shirata. Tush bechata b'nechemata. Damiram bi'alma b'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. B'chaim aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu bi'al kol Yisrael b'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. We'll sing the words Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, our prayer for peace. Peace here, peace in the land of Israel, peace everywhere. Join together.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Say hi to someone new.
Oh, try smoke.
Take the whole thing.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, pass it around. Pass it around.